Hey guys, what's up? Zombie here. Welcome back to Evilzombies Lair. I know it's been a couple weeks, but we're back in it. This is episode 40, which is actually pretty cool. That means we've gone 40 episodes. There's 40 weeks worth of listening if you want to listen once a week at least. But yeah, today we're going to go over several things. We're going to first go over some personal stuff, what I've been up to in life. Then we're going to talk about some multimedia stuff, like movies, TV kind of news. Then the anime recommendation of the week. And then we're going to talk about some tech news that I thought was pretty cool, or at least nifty. And then we're going to go into the main topic, which this week is about desktop gaming versus laptop gaming. So PC master race fighting each other in a civil war. Which one's better? Reasons for both. Let's talk about that in a bit. First, let's talk about personal stuff. So, personal life, what have I been up to? School year started. I work in a school, so it's been really busy in the school. It's ridiculous. Each day we've been getting like 20-something help desk tickets, like a day. That's a lot. That's like, when there's only 2 of us on campus, that's a lot. It's mostly just me as the main person, then we have part-time that comes in after hours, and yeah, we've been keeping up though, so that's been good. But yeah, I've been working on my A+ certification also. I'm studying for it. Every practice quiz I've taken, I've aced so far, so I'm really not that worried about it. Just trying to get the money together to go take the test. I mean, I have the experience. I've been doing computers since Half-Life 2 was announced. That's when I've started building computers, and that was a while ago. So I've been doing that, doing networking, setting up LAN parties, fixing computers, doing custom builds for people, and now I manage networks, so I'm really not too worried about it. Probably just go get the Network Plus afterwards. But yeah, guys, that's what I've been doing, basically my personal time. My wife's also been doing night classes to get certification to go get a better job. So we've been trying to improve ourselves however we can, which has actually been pretty nice. We've been working our schedule, figuring it all out. But I'm not going to drag on about that. That's just personal stuff. And also, if you're interested in checking out the channel I run a YouTube channel. If you're listening to this, youtube.com/Evilzombie. If you're listening to this on like a podcatcher, if you're watching it on YouTube, hi, check all the other stuff that I have on the channel too. But now, back to the topics. Multimedia news, guys, moving right along. So, Super Dragon Ball Heroes. Basically, it's a cash grab. More or less, it's a cash grab, and it's an advertisement for the game in Japan that you can use cards on, and basically the game in Japan is a big fan fiction of what if this person became this, and what if there's a Super Saiyan 5 where Goku fuses with Krillin, and then there's a character for it in Dragon Ball Heroes. So, in Super Dragon Ball Heroes, that's an anime that the company is making in order to advertise for the game. But it's still Dragon Ball, and it's enough. The short 9-10 minute episodes are enough to at least feed our addiction for a little bit of time while we're waiting for the next part of Dragon Ball Super or the next movie to come out, because we're kind of addicted to it and they know they can get money out of us. Yeah, that's basically what's new in the world of Dragon Ball, except wait, there's more. Dragon Ball Z Abridged, episode 60. Oh yeah, no, what I was saying about Dragon Ball Heroes. Super Dragon Ball Heroes Episode 3 came out. It came out like yesterday. Or a day before. Go check it out. It's on YouTube. Go check it out. It's pretty good. But yeah, back to the point. Dragon Ball Z Abridged, Episode 60. After like a year or so of waiting, more than a year, it came out. Or at least the first part of it. It's a 3-parter. So every Friday they're live streaming it. And then it's going to be on YouTube right after that. So nobody misses out. So the first part is already out. Second part comes out. Well, I guess if you're watching this on Friday or listening to this on Friday, it comes out today. So I'm very excited about the part 2. And then part 3 comes out right after that of episode 60. Which brings us into our next part, anime recommendation of the week. Since it's so different from the main series, I would actually highly recommend you go watch DBZ Abridged. Dragon Ball Z Abridged. It's really well done. They did the movies, they have specials, they have the entire series all the way up to now they're on the end of the Cell Saga. It's really well done. They did a great job doing this fan dub. And it's enjoyable. It's simple, enjoyable comedy of the best kind. So go watch that. That's my recommendation. If you want to see what regular anime I've seen, then go to myanimelist.net/profile/evilzombie123. That's the list of the things I've seen. It's a decent list. I think I'm almost to 200. I think. I can't remember. I'll have to look at that. But yeah, moving on, guys. Tech news. NVIDIA, the RTX series of video cards, like the NVIDIA, was it the GeForce RTX 2080 and the 2080 Ti, the specs released for those. The pre-orders are open for it, but there's been a leak of the benchmarks it got, and there's a little bit of criticism because they've been advertising it a lot, saying it'll be so much better, but it's only this much better than the current generation of cards. And people are now starting to doubt if it's worth that the premium price it's going to cost to upgrade to it, because it's not this much better. It's this much better. It's a moderate increase in performance. It's like 30% increase in performance of real world performance compared to the previous generation, the 1080 Ti, but which still matches up pretty well because it's a hefty card. But they're really good cards and they are more powerful, but it's not as much as they were saying it was, which is making people a little bit critical. They're criticizing the price point, what it's going to be at, a little bit more. So will they adjust this? Will they make any changes to the price point after? Criticism? Who knows? We'll see. But anyways, guys, we're going into the main topic. The part you've all been waiting for. The battle. Basically, desktop versus laptop gaming. Now, a lot of people are looking at laptops nowadays and seeing that they have comparable parts to desktops. And there's good and bad arguments for both cases, for both situations. So, first, what's the difference between them? A desktop is sits on your desk, plugs into a monitor, you have a keyboard and mouse, and this is your setup. But it's bulky. And you can customize it to look pretty, and you can make it your own. Customization. Now, the laptop, what is that? Looks like a book. It opens up. You have a keyboard and mouse built into it, and big screen on it, speakers built in. It's an all-in-one package. An all-in-one device that you can plug in other things to expand if you want. But it's not as customizable, anywhere near as customizable as a desktop. So that's an overview of what they are. Now, some of the good things about a desktop, like I said, customization. Now, we're talking about basically gaming. Is it better on a laptop or a desktop? That's our main topic, gaming. Which one's better for that? So we're focused, because there's a wide range of topics on which one is better at what. But specifically for gaming, since I'm a gamer, this is what I'm talking about because this is what I know. So the good things about a desktop is it's easy to expand things, it's easy to replace things, it's easy to upgrade things. It's very easy to do this. If you don't like how something feels in any way, ranging from how the keyboard clicks to your mouse, to your speakers, the monitor, the video card, if your RAM's not fast enough, like if your RAM's you don't have enough RAM, it's also not high enough speed, your processor, you don't have enough disk drives because you want to be able to install multiple things at the same time. No, I'm just joking. But no, seriously, you can change anything in your desktop, and it just gives you that feel of being able to do more. And you can get a lot more performance out of a desktop. You can add in custom liquid cooling to it. You're not stuck with the cooling solution that they give you inside the device. That's a big thing. You get smoother frame rates if you have cooler temperatures and you don't have any heat throttling or performance throttling because of heat. So that's a big plus. If your video card is a little older and a couple years have gone by, just pop in a new one. That's a big plus, but there is a price premium to it because parts are always expensive. But you can get pretty good price for the same parts that you would get. You can save money on a desktop with the same parts that you would find in the laptop, and they'd probably be better because they have better cooling solutions and will last longer. So that's my view on the desktop. And keyboard and mouse setup on there just seems to feel right. I don't know, I like the traditional big desk. But I'm a PC gamer with the desktop, and that's how I grew up. I'm a little biased, but I'll try and be unbiased for this. So for the laptop, it's very portable. You can take it with you, you can pick it up and go. And now they have pretty close to desktop performance video cards. I mean, you can actually get a GTX 1080 in your laptop, and if you really want to expand, you can expand the RAM, you can change out the RAM. You're kind of stuck with your processor and whatever cooling solution they give you, but you can do some slight things. You can get an external cooler pad that you can set your laptop on top of to keep it cool. Looks a little tacky, but you can do it. You can plug in a different keyboard and mouse into it. You can plug in speakers, all that jazz. Your screen is going to be limited to that size, but you can plug into another device or another monitor, just multi-monitor it, or just close this monitor, have it all show up on that one, have keyboard and mouse. So it can be like a desktop replacement if you want to do it like that. As for video card, you can't switch out the one inside your laptop, but you are able to plug in an external video card, which is now a thing. That is now a thing. You can actually plug in a desktop video card using an external video card mount box, or external graphics box. I can't remember the name of it, but you can plug that into your laptop and you will get desktop quality video card performance. So that's a big plus that they've started doing now. And basically the idea is to have a desktop replacement in less space. While you can't customize anywhere near as much, you can take it with you also. You can grab it and go. You can put it in your backpack and be able to take your games with you. So that's a big plus for the laptop. Now let's talk about bad things about both of them. For the desktop, it's the size and the sacrifice of space. You will have to have a desk, and you have to have a certain spot on that desk and a big monitor and all that. You have to have your monitor, your speakers. You have to have all these different accessories. The keyboard, the mouse. You have to have physical accessories all around in a big tower. Well, you can do smaller towers, but generally if you're doing gaming, you're probably going to get a mid tower at the minimum. That's just kind of how it works. That's just how gamers think. We want to get a big tower so that we can customize it, make it our own. Kind of just comes with the territory. You don't find a gaming computer that's not customized in some way to your preference. But that's the major downside to desktops. No portability whatsoever. I used to have wheels bolted to the bottom of my case, and I used to just roll it around to college with me, but it was a full tower, so I could stand and just grab it with my hand at my side and pull it around. But that's not the most convenient thing for anybody else. I mean, nobody would steal it because it was a 50-pound case, but yeah, that's not the most convenient thing. Laptops have it better in that regard, definitely. So that's probably the big downside to it. Yeah, I can't really think of any other downsides because I love desktops so much. But no, aside from being biased, let's talk about laptops a little bit. The downside to laptops is lack of customization and bad cooling quality. So basically, it won't stay anywhere near as cool as you will be able to get a desktop computer, because you can change out different cooling solutions for almost any part. You can add fans on top of your RAM if you want to. On a desktop, you can... Well, I'm not trying to convince you to... I'm not going to talk about all the cooling solutions for a desktop, because I'm talking about a laptop now. Back to the point. But for laptop, some of the bad things about it, of course, sure, it's smaller so you can carry it around, but it's smaller so you have that experience. If you're on the road, you still have that smaller screen than your traditional gaming screen that you're used to sitting in front of the bigger monitor in the comfort of your home. It's just, I don't know, you kind of feel in the mood like you're on the go. You're not as relaxed in your zone. To me, that would probably be a little bit of a deal breaker on that. That's probably just me. And the lack of expandability, except for buying really expensive separate equipment like the external power supply, or no, not power supply, the external video card, which is expensive, just the box for it, then you have to buy another video card. The expandability can get expensive. So to try and match current standards as they come out with your laptop is a lot more difficult. and more expensive than desktop counterpart. So those are some bad things about both items. Now, how do they do in gaming? Basically, desktop, I would say, does win when it comes to just pure gaming experience because it just is a beast. It's more powerful, beastly. It can handle more. That's what it's made for. It handles a lot. You can throw whatever you want at a nice, well set up desktop computer. And the laptop, it's going to be a lot pricier when you try and, well, we're not talking about price, but basically the price versus performance isn't quite there with laptops. But for gaming, you're not getting what you pay for. You'll pay the same amount and you'll get a worse gaming experience basically because you won't be able to get the same frame rates. It won't be as powerful as the same cost equivalent on a desktop. That's just my personal thought on it, but a big plus for gaming on the go, if you have a long commute, would definitely go to the laptop. If you're traveling around a lot, laptop is the way to go. There's no question about it if you travel. If you commute, if you have a lot of time on the road, like if you're on a bus, not if you're driving, of course, but if you're on a bus or a train. I used to be on a bus 4 hours every single day. Either get work done or play a game or something like that, But yeah, guys, to the end part of the topic, which one's better? Personally, my biased opinion, I would say for gaming, a desktop is better, hands down, because it's settled into its place. It's in your zone. You have all your stuff for your games on it. It's expandable. It costs less. And you can get a much more powerful, free-flowing experience from the desktop. For the laptop, it's way better if you're traveling, if you're on the road a lot, and you're not going to be settled down for long periods of time in your home. So it kind of balances out to what your purposes are. That's generally how it is. So tell me what your thoughts are. Tell me in the comments below. Talk to me. If you enjoyed this, let me know. Talk to me. If you want to, you can email me if you want to talk about anything or contact me for anything related to channels or all that stuff. Just talk to me at evilzombie@protonmail.com. That's my channel email. It's in the description below, it's in the description below on both the podcast and the YouTube. Thanks for watching if you're on YouTube. Thanks for listening if you're on SoundCloud or iTunes or Google or whatever. Or I guess it's Apple Podcast now, Google Podcast, because they keep editing and changing it. Either way, thank you. Keep being amazing. Have a good one, guys. Bye.